quarterback split in this scrimmage?
We used the scrimmage part. I believe he used 3 quarterbacks. Nick did not go in the live scrimmage part, but he did a whole lot of the 3rd and long and the special situations as far as that goes. Coach probably gave him fairly equal reps. Jeremy also got quite a bit of work on the 3rd and long, area too.
Who were some of those guys you were trying to emphasize?
I'm not going to name names right now, but there's probably a handful of 4 or 5 specifically on defense, 4 or 5 specifically on offense, and they're all new guys. Like I said, we got good information from the spring, from last fall, a lot of the guys. And it's just kind of getting that point that we got to identify the guys we feel like can help us, and not just offensively and defensively, but special teams. And so you got to kind of mesh all that together. When you're thinking through personnel.
How is Jeremy reacting to making corrections after you show him things on film, and especially knowing that he's probably going to end up being the starter out there against Arkansas?
Well, I mean, coach is putting the pressure on all the quarterbacks, and I'll also help with that too. And we need the quarterbacks making great decisions, knowing what to do, when to do it, how to do it, and that's part of playing the quarterback position. And I said we have high expectations for Jeremy. The fact that he played last year, the fact he went through spring, and he's getting a lot of reps here in the fall camp.
Gus, how much of a fine line is it for a guy like Daniel Carlson, who trying to see as much out of him as you can, punting, but trying not to wear him out too in the preseason?
That's something me and Coach Fountain's talked about. He's a competitor. He is in on all the he's in the punt job. He's in on the kickoff, the extra point field goal, and you worry about a young guy, especially with their leg. Cody Parker, I believe, when he was a freshman, he pulled something. So Coach Fountain's done a really good job with him, and I think he's done a solid job managing his own body. But he has been kicking a lot because he's trying to win the jobs.
Gus, you said when we were here last time, the quarterback battle, punter battle was a 4-person race. How do you feel after the second scrimmage? You said that was the focus.
Yeah. Well, they all got reps out there, and so it's kind of one of those deals. And it's always different when you get live bodies coming at you. Some people react in a good way, some react in a not so good way, and just feeling that real pressure. That have people around. Is it close to being blocked, and everything that goes with that. So that's what this day was for, primarily special teams. But at the same time, who can block for the punt, who can cover and make a tackle, who can return one. So it was a really good time for us to evaluate our guys.
Some of the other holders get a chance to work besides Jonathan Wallace, and also you do the Batman a little bit today too.
Yeah. We've got Jonathan is primarily doing that. As far as the holding is concerned.
What do you learn about the punt returners the last few days, and does it come to a situation where the veterans have kind of separated themselves?
Well, up to this point, there's not been any live. There's been guys around him and thud, but today was live and showing what they can do. And just from the naked eye, not watching film, I thought it's going to be good for us to see that. And I think some people will separate themselves, which they need to. I mean, it's about time that we start figuring out who our first guy is going to be out there in the first game. Our first punter is, who our first snapper is, returner, and everything that goes with it.
You like the veterans there?
Well, I mean, you always have a comfort, guys that have done it before, and you know exactly what you're getting. But at the same time, we're going to play the best, and a guy, if he's a young guy, he needs to just prove it. And as a coach, you just try to put your young guys in as game-type situations as possible, for the first game, especially the fact we're playing an SEC team.
Gus, is Gage batting done for the season?
Gage got hurt. I don't know. I can't say right now he's done for the season, but he did have an injury, and I'll keep you updated as it goes.
How does that change? How does that change how you think about, especially when you have Brandon in the backfield, CJ tight end? If one of them is to go down, how do you think about Chris Lay or Cameron Petway?
Yeah, well, Petway's playing primarily our tailback, but Chris Lay, we have 2 walk-ons, Sisler and Wood, that's in the mix right there. Patrick Young is an old guy that has a lot of reps, a veteran guy similar to Gage, and Jaquel Mitchell. We've really gave all those guys a lot of reps today, and because Gage was kind of that guy that we had a lot of confidence because he had reps. He got to play some last year, but really he got all the practice reps, and and y'all know that's a pretty unique position for us. And so, but we're hoping he gets back. Gage is he's a tough guy. He's a tough guy. He's a team player. He's a hard-working guy. Brings a lot of edge, to our team.
How's Markel Boston? Is he back from an injury?
Yeah, he's a little banged up, but he'll be okay.
Gus, Nick not said he didn't get any reps in the actual scrimmage this last week. Is that because of it's because you know what he can do, or is it more because he's not gonna start?
Well, no, I mean, we're getting all kinds of thud reps and everything that goes with it, exactly like we did last year, I mean, really the only scrimmage that he went live was that one. But, we're getting all kinds of reps. He's getting everything he needs, up to this point with different situations. And, we've been going a whole lot of ones-on-ones in practice. A lot of it's been thud, but, that's the closest thing to real football. We know what we have with him, and so. And then, at the same time, we want to figure out the other quarterback situation.
What's the schedule plan after tomorrow's day off?
Yeah, we'll evaluate where we're at with the day off. And, I believe we got 2 single-day practices, and we'll start honing in, here fairly quick. We'll start thinking about Arkansas, but we're still wrapping up a few things, that has to do with us. And we'll see. I really need to go back and watch the film. Then